Remember your old classic intro?
Yo, 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 what we doing now?
No, I don't think that was it, but that was close enough. That was good. You're fine.
That was close enough. It's fine.
No, go ahead. I mean, I know I know it's been a minute, but go ahead. Want to introduce the world to reintroduce yourself to the channel?
Just a little bit. It's only been a little bit.
It's only been a little bit.
How many years?
Mm,
Jeez.
I don't know how long. It's been a minute. But it's the Rant Over show. This is the show where me and I'll let everybody know. Well, me and Tiffany, we're old friends. We go back like big crayons and big coloring books. We met on a war zone, and we created a podcast where we just ran over. When we get to talking, we get to talking. So the Rant Over show. Sorry about that. The Rant Over show is basically just you're just watching in real time. Me and Tiffany just acting a fool on the meeting frame. So, Tiff, what's going on?
You never know. That's the crazy that's why I think that we've always been entertaining to other people is because you never know. We may have a topic that we're gonna start with, but we go off on tangents like nobody's business. So there's never a topic that is out of reach. That's what I would say. Is that fair, Chris?
Yeah, that's exactly how we do it. I'm like, she's all like, and I can't believe the riders are outside again. And I'm like, the rutabagas are growing rapidly this time of winter. What was that you were saying, Tiffany, about a fashion show? Like, oh yeah. Our focus.
We're talking about rhubarb cake.
Yeah, our focus is not that great, so we decided to capture it for you guys to watch. But you said you want to. And by the way, guys, you might be used to seeing me on this channel for the rundown and other things like that. But this is not my show. This is Tiffany's show. This is her show. So she's going to be steering the rowboat. I'm gonna call it a rowboat because how slow we're going.
A little paddle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going this way. She's gonna be going the other way.
We're just gonna keep going in circles. We're never gonna get anywhere.
What was that you started off? You was talking about something that you saw earlier this week. What was that from Facebook, right?
No, the thing from TikTok.
Was it TikTok that you said you got into the comment section on?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so look, I don't jump into comments too much just because, people jump into comments mainly to rile people up and all that stuff. But so I'm going through my FY page. I don't follow this guy. This guy pops up and he's talking about how that his friend is dating this girl or started dating this girl. They were just talking. And he found out that she was talking to some other guys or guy, I don't really know how many, and they were throwing a fit about it, talking about how if you're not loyal and faithful at the talking stage, you'll never be loyal and faithful. And I'm sitting here going, is this a joke? Like, is he gonna, back off and go, haha, I'm just kidding? Because, it's not making sense to me.
Did it feel like that
once you have decided, you've established, well, that was kind of the route they were going, but there was no defined or established relationship. They literally had just met and were just talking. Mm-hmm. And the girl had gone out on another date with another guy or something like that.
A better looking guy, probably, that he found out.
And so the guy makes this comment. And so I go into the comments just to kind of see, if it's, all on the same side or kind of if they're going back and forth. And I'm fully expecting there to be both sides to this. Right. And there's not. Guys and girls are like, yeah, you're right. If you're not loyal from the talking stage, then you're never loyal. And I'm like.
So the question is, what is the talking stage to these people? What is it?
In my world, when you're talking, I'm talking, then that means y'all just met, you're getting to know each other. You may like each other, you may not like each other. You may go on dates with other people.
Yeah. No, I demand 100% loyalty the second I ask you your name.
Right. I've asked you out on a date, so you are loyal and faithful from that moment on.
Yeah.
No. So you know me, and I'm looking at all these comments going, no nobody's saying it. Nobody's like, and I went through a few. I'm like, nobody's saying it. I'm gonna have to say it. Okay, like, I'll say it.
Fuck this.
Guys have been doing this shit for decades. Why is this all of a sudden a problem?
Don't be just putting all this on guys. It takes two to tango.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, it's been acceptable
for guys to
for guys to be all over the place, and now all of a sudden it's an issue because women are starting to do it.
Yeah, I don't see the problem. What are you talking about?
It?
Yeah, exactly. And when we have the long end of the stick. So what's the problem? We're winning. We're not gonna.
Okay.
You want us to give up the power? Like that was on King of the Hill. It goes. It's called the double standard, Bobby. Don't knock it. We got the long end of the stick on that one. So the whole thing about double standards.
It surprised me. It surprised me. I was like, I can't believe everybody's jumping on especially nowadays. Like, I feel like nowadays people are more about talking to multiple people until you get into, a committed relationship or you've had the talk that nobody ever wants to have. I don't know. Hashtag it just see, there you go.
Let's get into it. So, I mean nowadays, women, like, there's this whole like don't slut shame kind of a thing going on right now. So women are more free to be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking him, and her. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? And I'm a senator. What? What are you gonna do about it? Like, it's like, and nowadays where it was like especially back in the 90s, I must have heard in elementary and middle school, oh, she a hoe, like so casually. Nowadays it's like
all the time.
Like, exactly, and it meant something back then. It was like, oh, she a hoe. Oh, he a damn freak, or he a damn player. Now it's like, don't shame me because I like to turn my pineapples upside down. I am into what I'm into. And I dare you, and they do that with their hands, and I dare you to say something.
Why does that look? That looks so inappropriate when I was doing it. Like, when you did it, it didn't look.
I mean, well, I got experience. I got.
Oh, is that what it was? I'm not.
Yeah, you're not coordinated.
Oh my god!
Gotta get in rhythm, white girl.
Funny. Hey, I got rhythm. I love dancing. Shoot.
All right, two-step.
Did we ever, when we were in
No, we did not.
Did we ever like dance or music nights or anything that at the rec center?
There was, and so just so you guys know, that's where me and Tiffany met. She's currently you retired a captain, right? But you were back then.
I got out as a captain. Yeah, I was a lieutenant.
You were the LT. You were the LT back then. I was just the MWR technician. I was just the helper, and we used to coordinate these recreation nights. There was they had all kinds of music nights, like reggae night or stuff like that, like R&B night and stuff like that.
I can't remember.
I think there were music nights. I've never seen you dance. If that's your question, can you even dance? You claim that you have rhythm. I don't believe you.
You need to stop.
I mean, you can. You can prove it right now.
I can get character references. No, I'm not proving it right now. It's 12:15 on a Saturday. Nah, it is not the right time of day.
These aren't the shoes.
No, see, you put a two-step. Why do you assume that it's got to be a two-step?
Because I'm assuming that that's all you can handle.
Oh, rudeness! My goodness.
Unless you want to enlighten me, what's your capabilities?
Well, I will tell you that I actually was in a dance-off with one of my really good friends, Tay.
Tay Diggs?
And we were stationed in Belgium.
Uh-huh.
We were at 7, and we had the last song. It was just me and her that were left, and the last song was Juvenile, Back That Ass Up.
Okay, I got questions. Okay, for one, who won?
I did. Just told you that.
And and you were able to not only back that ass up, but back that ass up to a victory.
I did. I backed it right on up to that victory. But I will say, Tay had the bigger booty. I just worked it better, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, there's so many ways I could go with that one.
I wish Tay was on here. Oh my gosh. She'd be like, sister, really? Really? This is how we're going to go?
She's going to be like, I know you're not trying to say that, turn the whole competition back on again. All right. And I'll just be sitting there.
She was Army. And so.
Army and Air Force. What is that? What is it? Go Army beat Navy? What's the real rivalry, or is it just all four, or five, just hate you? Just
all of us.
All of y'all just hate each other. So
well, I mean, I wouldn't say hate, but we definitely all pick on each other.
That friendly brotherly, sisterly love kind of rivalry thing that's going on over there. So I would hear like things like "Go Army beat Navy." What would the Air Force say?
I mean, we weren't as big because you're talking about football when you say that. So we're not as big. I mean, I went to a Falcons game. I went to the, I think it was Air Force and Army in Colorado Springs. That was a big deal. But no, I mean, we're not all that big on it. But people say stuff about every branch. Like, every other branch calls the
Space
Air Force. Okay, now I wasn't in when that crap came up, so I don't even know about that. I thought it was a joke. That's how bad it was. Like, when it first came out, like that topic came out that they were going to create a Space Force, I thought it was a joke. Is that bad?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be? I mean, technically, what didn't make sense at the time, and I know we don't. This is entertainment news. I know we don't get political, but there is a Space Force spoof show about it. But on the serious side of it, there's always been like the military presence for space travel, but it was always in association with Air Force. Yeah, it's always been Air Force. I mean. Like why? But I
guess it's not completely far-reaching because back in the day when we started, we broke off from the Army because it was Army Air Forces.
Right. After the Wright brothers invented that airplane.
We weren't called the Air Space Force.
Right.
We were just Air Force.
Yeah.
And they broke off into, I don't know.
I mean, the only reason why I would have thought that it made sense to create a Space Force is if there was active space battle. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Death Star aren't invading anytime soon. Will Smith ain't calling shit a close encounter anytime soon. So it's like, it doesn't make it made sense that the Air Force, when they branched off of the Army, when aerial battles became more of a thing, it made sense. But unless E.T. talking shit, why do we need a Space Force?
Well, but one fact that a lot of people don't know because of what you just said is that the Navy actually has more pilots than the Air Force does. Because that's not what people associate the Navy with, right?
Right.
That's what the Air Force is.
And Navy SEALs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got their destroyers, their air carriers, and all that stuff. But but I mean, we have. Well, I mean, when I was in, I don't know if they gave the space missiles to the Space Force. Now I have questions.
You call your old general. What happened to those missiles? We don't talk about that, Castleberry.
Yeah, the ones that are in the ground that nobody's supposed to know where any of those are. Are those still the Air Force?
He's like, what?
Part of the
I cannot confirm nor deny. Matter of fact, what is your location, Captain? All of a sudden, like 5 minutes after the stream,
you're asking the wrong questions. Yeah, exactly.
That's a knock on your door. Like, we need to talk to you about this Rant over show shit.
Your first one back after what 5 or 6 years,
and then you get called up to the Senate.
You've already gone off.
All of a sudden, Mitch McConnell calls you up. You need to stop spilling the damn tea, girl. Keep it on, back that ass up. Don't talk about those missiles.
Go back to juvenile. Focus on juvenile. Jeez.
Like, what
Oh
the
my
hell you
gosh.
doing out there, man? Oh man, but so we got. Oh, I know we got off. We this is what we do. We got off track.
Telling you.
We started. That was it.
Already talking about that one guy trying to
Talking
be
about,
faithful.
and all of a sudden we're in space.
That's why I say, like, there is no telling. We may have a topic that we're going to start with,
Right.
but we ain't going to stay there long. We may go back. We may just
so serious.
go off.
At first, I'd be like, Tiff, and I'm so emotional right now. It hurts that they did this to me. And then like 5 minutes later, and I can't believe that Tailspin was my favorite cartoon on the Disney afternoon. I love that song. It was Gargoyles, DuckTales.
Oh my gosh. Oh, DuckTales. You know what? You know what I loved? I loved Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock, was that on Disney Channel, or what did Fraggle Rock play on?
Oh, I don't know.
Down to Fraggle Rock.
They were,
Laughing Carrots
caves and.
Well, it was a puppet show about a guy who had a pest problem. He had a hole in his wall that only his dog knew that there were creatures in there, and this old dude was just oblivious to it. He never sealed the hole up where these creatures would come into his house and have this whole universe going on in there. And let me rant on something else. This is the Rant Over show, so let me help real quick. If there were a lot of construction work going on in there, they had a whole society. You want to know where those missiles went? Look at Fraggle Rock. They had a whole thing going on down there, man. All kinds of sex workers. They were like, you can't slut shame a Fraggle. They had an economy. You don't remember that? That was because there was a guy, and he had this dog who was aware of the Fraggles, and the Fraggles there was like a hole in the wall.
Vaguely remember the dog.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's on Disney Plus, but I haven't
It's still
watched. No, it's not still on. I think I heard talks about I actually do run an entertainment news network, guys. Trust me, I should know this. I remember vaguely hearing that they were thinking of rebooting it or doing something with it. I remember that it had a cartoon for a little while, but it was mostly just the Jim Henson puppet stuff. It was for puppets. It was very detailed and for its time, it was.
I don't know. The sad thing is, so I've got a lot of young kids that work for me, and when I say young, I'm talking like 18 to 27. Some of them are older, but like that's the major range. Mm-hmm. And I bring up stuff sometimes, and they just look at me like they're confused.
They're all like, they got the cell phone in their hand. They're like, "What's Blockbuster?"
They're like, Fraggle Rock. I was like, look it up on YouTube. It's like there'll be something on YouTube. But yeah, Fraggle Rock, nope, they don't know. What did I said something the other day. This girl, she's 17, I think. She's sweet as can be. And she likes like classic rock and likes the Rolling Stones and stuff like that. So I mentioned, who was it? God, tell me it was not the Beatles. I mentioned something.
Even the Beatles would be before your time. What the hell?
And she had no clue. And I'm like, you listen to the Rolling Stones, but you don't know who X, Y, and Z is. Like, I couldn't even remember who it was.
You were like genuine. You were like genuine. You kept saying it over and over again. Back that ass up. And she's like, what are you doing, Tiffany? Like, come on. Cash money.
2000, and I was like, just stop. He
used to be in the same group with Lil Wayne, and she'd be like, "Oh, Lil Wayne." Lil Wayne was in a group. You mean Young Money?
Yeah.
No.
It's so sad. I do. I say things every now and then, and they just look at me, and I'm like, "You don't know what that is? You really you don't."
Gather around the Snapchat, children, and I'll tell you a tale.
I know.
MySpace.
I said something about the movie The Office, and she hadn't heard of that either. And I was like, really?
Office Space or The Office?
Oh no! Office Space.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
Office Space. She had made a I don't know. It was something they were talking about the stapler, and I was like, oh, the stapler.
Yeah.
I was like, Office Space. I was like, if you say, and they were like
what?
I was like, oh.
They were genuinely talking about a stapler, minding their own business, and you came in talking about Office Space.
No. They were talking about this is my stapler, blah blah blah. Like it wasn't in reference to Milton, but
they didn't realize that that's where they got it from, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, and they were like, no, I don't know what that is, and I was like, okay, you need to go and watch that movie.
But if you don't give me back my stapler, I'm gonna burn the building. It's like, no, I'm not gonna move again. I'm not gonna. Then his ass would come out and go.
Well, yeah, and it's up in this tiny little, just storage space.
Yeah. We're gonna need you to move your desk about way over there, and there's that stapler. Let me just take that from you there. That guy, that actor who played that boss, that dude, to me, made the whole show. He wasn't the funniest thing about it, but people don't look over him. They what?
Right. He was the one that pissed everybody off.
Yeah. We're gonna need you to come in on Saturday.
Right. Yeah. So did you get the memo about the cover letters?
Like after being told 3 more times before that, and then at the end of the day, after being told about the damn memo all day, at the end of the day, he goes, "Did you get the memo?" Oh my God! You just wanted to punch that dude in the face.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
That's the movie, man.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it is you do here?
Right. When they're going,
when they're doing their evaluations and stuff. He's like, I'm important. I do it. Like when he was trying to remember that guy's name, Mena don't work here no more, or whatever his name was. I don't know. Like those guys were hilarious, man. Not gonna work here no more.
Right. Oh my God.
Oh man, that was the movie, man. Oh.
You said you had a topic about something.
Oh,
was it?
Joy.
You got in trouble or something, right?
Well, no, it was something kind of, I don't know. Were you, when we were overseas together, and the WWE came over? Were you a part of that?
No.
When it was the last time that at the base that we worked at in LSA Anaconda, it was the very last time that the WWE had a live event or a live show for the troops in an active war zone. It was the very last time they ever did it. It was at our base. And John Cena came through, Vince McMahon, a lot of wrestlers.
After I left.
Yeah. All those guys came through. I should have queued it up. I was gonna have the picture up. I have a picture of me and Vince McMahon, and because we both have some stories.
I wouldn't brag about that right now.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was talking about. That Vince McMahon is in the news. What was it about hush money or something like that?
Yeah. So apparently he paid. What was it?
$12 million. Vince McMahon agrees to pay $12 million in hush money to 4 women. A long time. Chief of World Wrestling.
I was like, well, it wasn't that much. There was so that's all together. But yeah, because he's screwing people.
Yeah.
And
of course, it's Vince McMahon, damn it. That was his mentality.
Well, and then there's been reports that have come out saying that him and his wife haven't lived together in decades.
Yeah, it's just now it's just a marriage of convenience now because of their political aspirations and things like that. Yeah. So
she's in Congress or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when was you think the last time they actually had relations, huh?
Nah, he's too busy getting the new young ones that think they have to, so that they can actually have a contract.
Using his position to course young talent to. I'm like, damn. But it's like stuff like this is stuff that's been it's been known. It's almost like the Bill Cosby thing, like. But people in the or the R. Kelly thing, black people have been talking about R. Kelly for years, but for some reason people knew about it and kept ignoring it. Yeah. It was like, why do they have to be so many years, distance and so many hashtags and movements before anything actually happens? And then at the same time, I don't even think anything's gonna happen.
People are scared of powerful people. Yeah. If you've got power and you've got money, then you have to have something behind you to be able to bring those people down. Right. Your hashtag changed from Office Space.
Yeah, I was about to WWE.
When we were in Iraq, we had Kevin Fowler, Charlie Robeson came over, Shelly Wright.
Okay.
Came over. And then we had David Allen Greer, Kevin Avery, and Chris Tinkle, the comedians. Because I put Dag in a headlock, and he he got off that helicopter and he said something about go and get blah blah blah. And I looked at him and I was like, nah, you're you're a celebrity, but you're not special over here. I said, because in a couple of seconds you're probably gonna hear that horn and they're trying to blow us up, and they don't care that you're here.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not your personal assistant. I'm not your person. And like we were joking around or something, and I ended up putting him in a headlock. And he looked at me, and I was like, has anybody ever done this to you before?
You're like, huh? Say uncle. Say it.
We're still friends to this day.
Like, I think that's how. I think that's how we became friends too. Headlock, the headlock of friendship. You're now in my circle of trust.
That's how I bring people in, so they know.
All right. Maybe she's born with it.
Oh God. Well, it's all those years in professional wrestling, growing up and being around all the wrestlers, and I mean, that's not how we say hello. Is that not normal?
Obviously, that's got to be. That's but yeah, I remember meeting Vince and everything like that. That's a whole bunch of stories from that. He took a liking to our friend Roy, Mr. Outstanding. You remember? I don't remember. You don't remember Roy?
No.
He would always go outstanding. He worked with me, and I'll send you a link to him on because I know you know him. You know Roy. You've met Roy.
Well, he did make an impression. Apparently, I don't remember him.
Oh, he made an impression. He was the most lovable guy on the base. Everybody loved Roy. But maybe it was bad for you. But I think you guys met. I think you did. But I'll ask. I'll introduce, show you to you after the show. But yeah, we're closing in on the 30-minute mark, and I gotta keep it on that. So I wanted to do something that we've never done before. No, not that. Because you've done reactions on the channel before. So we do reactions, we do entertainment news stuff. So I want to put you on the spot for a Reddit. I didn't pick one specifically, but there was one, I guess, that you kind of. I'm talking about Reddit, guys. I'm talking about what are those things called? Those Am I the Asshole? So let's do the. Let's do a Reddit read real quick. Am I the asshole? Real fast. Read one to you. Which one do you want to go with? The refused for the daughters. I mean, for the child's college fund. Telling my dad and his wife that both their parents can fuck off. Which one was the one that raised your eyebrow? Telling my daughter that if she wants me to raise her baby, then she shouldn't have gotten pregnant. Oh shit, that's a topic for. Especially what's going on nowadays. What do you think about that one? I
mean, I understand so far from the headline.
There you go. All right, let's okay. All right. And I don't usually have the voice for these reads. Usually on my show, I ask my co-host to read, but since I am the co-host, I guess I got to be the read.
There you go.
but I'm not a woman, so I'm just gonna sound very masculine. Come from me. Hey, am I the asshole for getting pregnant? And no, but
Is this written from a woman's perspective?
this is written from a woman's perspective. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the
All right.
asshole for telling my daughter that if she wanted me to raise her baby, then she shouldn't have gotten pregnant? My 52 male. Oh, it is from a male. Okay, sorry. Let me start over. My 52 male daughter, Amanda, who is 27 female, and her husband, Chris, 25 male, married a few months ago. Amanda has lived on her own since college, but still is in the general area. Currently, Amanda and Chris aren't that focused on their future, mostly on having fun and doing things while they're still young. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, and I think that young people should have the kind of period in that kind of period in their life, especially after a pandemic. I got a call from Amanda. She and Chris told me how they have taken several tests and confirmed that Amanda is pregnant. Congratulations. They would be on this. They will be hosting an announcement dinner, but wanted immediate family to know right away. They could barely wait as they had been trying since they were married. Note that this was an intended pregnancy. I told them I was thrilled to be a grandpa. The dinner party happened last week, and the announcement was met with only happiness and excitement. Chris and Amanda were talking to friends, and Chris made a comment along the lines of, "Good thing that Bobby, me, will while we're will." This is written wrong. Will while we're working. Maybe he meant to put will babysit while we're at work. I was confused and asked what they were talking about. Amanda revealed that she and Chris were expecting me to always watch the baby while they were working, and so they could have fun times while not working. Now, I love my children and will never regret being their dad, but I didn't sign up for a new baby. I'm done with all that. I want to enjoy my retirement and be free without any underage children. I explained this to Amanda and Chris, also that there are many great daycare options in the area. Amanda began to cause a scene because you told me you were thrilled to be a grandpa. I responded that exactly. I was thrilled to be a grandpa, not a parent to this baby. She said that I should help out since I don't have to worry about working. I receive a pension, and that she's young and these are supposed to be the best years of her life. And she thinks it's unfair that she and Chris' life should be all about the baby. I was very frank and responded to Amanda, of course. You and Chris's life is going to be all about the baby. That's what it means to be a parent. You should not have gotten pregnant if you just expected someone else to raise your child. Amanda yelled at me, "Don't be surprised when I put you in a shitty nursing home." My son Michael says that I was harsh in my delivery, but not my message. My son Nathan agreed that Amanda and Chris are expecting too much and it was irresponsible to purposely get pregnant when they believe that they don't have time to raise a baby. My sister Sarah, however, there's a lot of family in here, however, told me my comments were callous and misogynistic, and I haven't raised a newborn in 20 years and don't realize how much harder being a parent has gotten. I got something to say about that. And I can agree to start providing at least 4 days of child care per week, then go from there. And we're about to wrap it up here. Multiple family members are agreeing with Sarah. Or so with Sandra, is her name. So I'm looking for some unbiased perspective here. Tiffany, am I the asshole?
No. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Okay, so these people are married. First of all, we're talking an actual married couple who chose and were actively trying to get pregnant. Mm-hmm. They got their wish. And now they don't want to be full-time parents. Were they confused at some point that they were responsible for the life they were creating?
I'm curious on whether or not they were moaning their dad's name while conceiving the child. I can't wait to make this baby, and my dad's gonna be so proud. Like, please stop saying your dad's name while we're doing this.
Like this just and then I know you've got something to say. I don't have kids, but I'm going to tell you to argue that it is harder to have and take care of children nowadays versus decades ago.
Back when child death and childbirth or the death during childbirth was very much higher back in the day than it is today, and it's still high in a lot of communities. But
all the conveniences and the stuff that we have access to now versus then. Yeah. Like, what?
Dingoes were eating babies back in the day. You're like, what?
I'm floored. You know what? I bet these parents were the people that started getting participation trophies.
Mm-hmm. It's like the way she came at her dad about this was like, if you were going to be like this, then you might as well have asked your father, your grandpapa, for permission to even be conceiving. If this was the way you were going to think the second after you got pregnant, like it seems like Dad should have had to say it from day one. No, I'm going to need you to pull out now because I'm not ready. like he wasn't a part of the. He wasn't a part of that process, so what makes you think he's got to be a part of 90% of raising the child when he's already done that?
Right. Isn't he supposed to be allowed to enjoy retirement years?
Exactly.
I mean, he did his parenting with 3 or 4 kids apparently. So
and the odds are that he didn't get those 20s and stuff. He might have gotten a little bit of time, but how do we know that this man didn't get those? From the age of 18 to 30, no kids and fun. He probably didn't get that. So he probably definitely deserves it.
If they want to enjoy the early years of being married and not having, a lot of responsibilities, obviously you still do, you're an adult, you have bills to pay, but why would you bring a child in? If you want to travel, if you want to enjoy being, young with your husband, if you want whatever you want to do, why in God's name would you think that bringing a child into the mix would be the smart and easy thing to do? Unless you 100% in your own mind have already created the fact that you're not taking care of the kid, that the kid's going to be taken care of by your dad without having a conversation
at all. You come in the door swinging with the assumption, oh, Dad, I can't wait to give birth to this baby, and just throw him off and just hand up. Take it from here, Granddad. Like
audacity.
I just can't stand people like that in general who come at other people with yes or no questions, expecting it to be a one way. This is definitely gonna end the way I want it. When speculations becomes expectations, I can't stand it. Me personally, why I said that this because I'm not only am I a parent, I'm also I'm a divorcee. My ex-wife, on her side of it, she leans heavily on her parents as well. My kids are probably at their grandparents' house right now. To be honest, that's where I dropped them off when it was time to drop the kids off. So, and I'm not. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If the shoe was,
as long as everybody is in agreement.
Yeah, as long as everybody's in agreement, it's fine. And when my mom, my mom lives out of town, but when my mom is in town, I take advantage of that shit too. So I'll let hey, go play. Hey, shut up, son. Go play with grandma. Go. But I also take pride in the fact that, like, if we ever got into an argument or a fight about it, I know it's petty for me to throw it in people's face, but I can, in an argument, let's say if we were in court, I can honestly say, even if the week was chopped up where the kids are with their mom more, but it's almost pretty much split down the middle, but it does favor her side just a little, time-wise, a little bit more. But I can still say, honestly, physically, my children spend more time in my presence with me, face to face, than they ever do with their mother. And that's because of work and things like that. I'm a real estate broker. Most of my work can be done from home and things like that. My fiance also now, she's a registered nurse, but now she has a job where she can work from home. So I can if I wanted to use it as I'm not going to use it as a bragging thing, but I can, if it was ever an argument, I can honestly tell it to her face. I literally spend more time with the children, than their mom does. But that's not a knock on them. It's just a fact. But I just have that benefit and she doesn't. But these kids, their mentality on it is whether they're working or not, it's their focus is, I want to continue having my fun. How long is that that fun mentality gonna be going on? Until when? Until the kid is 5? Until the kid is 10? Like Mom, let's talk about the birds and the bees. Nah, go ask Grandpa. I mean, when is it gonna click in that this is real? And on top of that, how do we know that the second that she gives birth and whatnot, how does she even know that she's even going to really feel that way afterwards? Because some people change instantly the second they see their kid. Some mother become super protective. They don't even want anybody to watch. She doesn't even know. But I have a feeling. I have a feeling this guy knows his daughter. Like, oh no, I got to nip this shit in the bud now, because she means that shit. So no, I'm on his side. I would say not the asshole. But what about you? Officially on the Rant Over show, what do you deem it? Asshole or not? Is he not the asshole, or is he the asshole? Not the asshole. No. I agree. Not the asshole. So, sir, you have been deemed not the asshole in this scenario. Now, go enjoy your.
Take the sword out. Hit both shoulders. There you go, sir. You are not an asshole.
I was expecting at the end of that story where like his sister was going to be like, don't be claiming that you've already, spent your time raising kids. Your wife did all the work. You didn't do shit. You can help your grandson. Like I expected it to come out like that. I thought somebody was going to really spill the tea on him and go, don't be trying to act like you were father of the year. You didn't do shit.
Like, he doesn't even portray it that way, right? Like, he doesn't even sit there and say, I was the best dad in the world. Yeah. He said that he did his raising, though. Like, he did his job.
Whatever that was, whether it was him going to work and providing, or whether it's him with the diapers or all of the above, it doesn't matter. Yeah. He spent his time. When my youngest is out the door, and we do have grandchildren situations here. Joy's children are older than mine. I got started in my 30s. She got started like 18 with the first. So her children are adults. So there are grandchildren, and I love it when they're here and stuff too. But I love it also when I can go. You gotta go. Your grandma.
You've gone home. You've had all your sugar. Now you go home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you had your sugar. Now it's time for granddaddy to get his. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You can't watch this. You can't watch this part, kid. Get out of here. Go home. Grandma and I got a lot of practicing to do.
Oh my goodness.
Got to be more careful. So that's how I feel about it. But we want to close out the show because we're closing in on 45 minutes, and that was typically what the old shows were like. They were like 30 minutes to an hour, depending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we could talk. That's the problem. We hit so many different freaking topics, and we don't stop. It's like, how many times have I sat there and said during phone calls, our phone call should be broadcast. People should find this, entertaining because we can
bring that back. We can start off when we build the audience back up again or anything like that. We can start off with like the virtual thing, like people could chime in via Zoom. But I am looking up because I know that's what we talked about, or what we were trying to do originally. Because I think that website that we did it through, I don't think it exists anymore. But there are a ton of other options, so we can look into it. But maybe there'll be times that you can call in to get some advice from Tiff. Tiff, I need your rant. I need you to help me. I need your rant on this voicemail for my, because my husband, my fiance hasn't come. Like something like, I can see somebody asking you to help them out. Like, my boyfriend needs to commit, and I need you to send him a message to get that ring. And I can just see you getting on her phone like, attention, Devin. You have 3 months to give your girlfriend a ring.
This is your timeline. Do you accept it, or are we ending the relationship today?
or she'll start fucking all your friends. You can get a voicemail done by Tiffany Castleberry.
Right? I'd be the last person anybody should probably come to for advice about that stuff. Oh, geez. I'm more of a...
What about in the future? What do you plan on for the show? Now that besides the Rant Over show, can we expect any more reactions or anything like that?
I mean, I'm open to doing reactions. You know, I see Bill Burr all over the place now.
The algorithm got you.
Yeah. And there's pages for him on TikTok now. So I love watching like comedians and stand-up comedy and stuff like that on TikTok. Because that's usually how I start my day is I'll just get like, Preacher Lawson and Jose, crap, what's his last name? Sardui or something like that. He was actually an Air Force officer. He was actually a pilot. Now he's going around doing comedy shows. Anyways, but I'll watch all them and it never fails. I'll scroll to the next one and Bill Burr comes up probably at least 3 times in that thing. And I'm like, oh, I've reacted to this one already. Yep, nobody's going to say there. But, well, and then, I got that message that I sent you from one of your subscribers or followers that asked when I was going to start doing that again or if I was going to.
Oh, yeah, you got fans.
So I guess,
yeah.
like me.
Oh, yeah.
I got fans.
You got fans. You got more fans than a little bit. So, yeah.
But, no, I mean, when we could do all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, there's always things to gripe and moan about. I could probably talk about Oklahoma drivers every single day easily. They drive me freaking crazy. I literally sent a voice text to a friend yesterday because you got me started. There were 3 lanes, okay? One, mine, was the only one that had a vehicle in it, me. I pulled out. I knew the car, like 2 drives down or whatever, was pulling out. I was pulling out from the bank. I went into the middle lane to allow them to have that first lane because the other 2 lanes were completely empty. This broad pulls out her little putt car in front of my big Jeep right in front of me. And Chris, legitimately, had I not slammed on the brakes and moved into the fast lane, I would have ran right into her ass. And I'm screaming the entire time and I'm pounding on my horn. And I'm like, you stupid woman, there were 2 empty lanes. And so I sent a voice text to a friend and said exactly what had just happened. And then I was like, I'm going to end up killing somebody today.
And so that's what you do. You hone all that energy. And yeah, Chris is going to hear all about this shit today.
Every single day, Chris, every single day. There is not one single day that I drive that I do not complain or scream at some Oklahoma driver. Every single day since I've moved here.
Oh, damn. Then you probably should stay away from Houston then. Like, yeah.
I don't like Houston. No, Dallas isn't any better. Dallas is bad too. All big cities are bad. But I mean, it's just, and I was telling a friend of mine this yesterday, because he was literally on the phone yelling at the guy who was in front of him, and I was just dying laughing because it makes me feel better that I'm not the only person that you're not the only psycho on the road. And he was like, "See, this is bad in Texas," and I was like, "Yeah, but." And I would complain in Texas when I lived in Texas, but it wasn't every single day. Yeah. It was, things would happen and randomly I'd be like, you are just dumb, you stupid person. But we
drive slower. We drive slow in Texas. I got my F-150. Sorry, darling. I didn't see you down there in that Jeep. I got my F-250 up here. They still apologize in Texas, right? Sorry about that, sweetheart. They'll do it in a misogynistic way. Sorry about that, little darling. Like the guy's shorter than you. Sorry about that. Like it'd be like that. Like sorry, didn't see you, darling.
It is. It's crazy. But I mean, up until the end, I was really surprised. I thought about it earlier in our conversations. I was like, wow, I haven't somehow brought up the Oklahoma drivers.
That's what I noticed. I was wondering what that was when we were talking about Fraggle Rock, and for some reason you were just getting rageful. I just saw your camera shaking. I'm like, she really fucking hates the Fraggles right now. What's going on? You were just thinking about that road rage.
Thinking about some stupid lady that pulled out in front of me.
Like, hell, speaking about Fraggle Rock, this bitch cut me.
Well, and so I love shooting guns because I was in the military and I love it. And so I had somebody
my liberal
ask
ass is thinking about buying one.
Well, and I had somebody ask me at work. They were like, "Oh, you have a CHL? Do you carry?" And I was like, "Oh, no." For the safety of everyone on the road, Tiffany does not have a gun in her Jeep.
You want gun control to be passed? Let Tiffany get out there and handle the highway one day. Like, oh shit, we gotta change these laws. Tiffany is going. Please don't let the Rant Over show to be future footage on CNN. The warning signs were there, and my ass is on the interview talking about. I've always known Tiffany to be a very sweet person, and I couldn't. That wasn't my friend that I saw that day. I don't recognize that person. Damn shame what she did to that dog.
You remember that later on in life when I become a serial killer and they interview all the people that knew me and they're going to be like, "So did you see the signs?" Yeah, she talked about it all the time, but I didn't believe her. She was just too sweet.
It's gonna be my grifting ass is gonna be saying the opposite. Oh, I knew it. They won. I could tell. And you can donate to my Cash App, and I can tell you all about it right here on T3 Medias.
I'll spill the tea. We got this. I'm gonna
spill the tea. Look, the LT. Every time we saw her come, I'm like, "Run, motherfucker! It's LT." She coming. She got that twitch in her eye again.
I used to tell, oh gosh, when I was stationed in Idaho, I used to tell my airmen, they would make me so mad. And they'd do something real stupid. And I'd just look at them and be like, "Do you want me to add your name to the list?" And they're like, "LT, what list?" And I'm like, "The list for when I turn like 70 or 80 and I become grandma serial killer, that list."
The list of what movie? It was an Adam Sandler movie where he apologized to somebody he bullied for years in high school, and he crossed the guy was like, "Oh, thank you, I didn't expect that," and then he crossed his name off of a list of people to kill.
Yes. Was that Billy Madison?
I think something. It was something like that. Yeah, he called up. He's like, "You know what? I realized I was a dick and I was an asshole to you, and I want to really apologize." So he's like, "Man," he's like, "Thank you. I honestly hadn't even thought of that in years." Lying his ass off. The second he hung up the phone, scratched that name right off the list. He was like, "Huh, that's interesting." He called me like that. Okay, well, guess I won't have to go. I guess won't have to slit that throat. That's one less throat to slit. I was like, damn, and it was a long list.
Oh yeah.
We did it again. All right, we got to the hour mark. You got to close this show out. Come on. Well,
You're right. You're right. Because we can't keep going.
What's your show closer? How you doing it? What you gonna do?
I don't know. I haven't come up with anything good.
Live studio audience.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Let's do that. Have a live studio audience. We'd never stop.
Like the jingle to the
just
show.
Keep recording and be like, "Okay, we got shows for the next 6 months. You guys, you done now?" All right, go ahead. Let's tell them what to expect, I guess, where they can find you online or however you want to close it out. Well, so I will say, if you guys like this and you want to throw us topics, by all means, throw us topics. Leave us notes about what you like, what you don't like, any kind suggestions, so you don't end up on my list. But yeah, no, Chris does a lot of different stuff, and I wrote a book and have a blog and do speaking engagements. So I mean, topics are open. and we can seriously pretty much discuss just about anything you throw out there. I mean, don't bring me no geometry or physics crap because I'm not down on that. But Chris maybe. But my dogs are wanting my attention, so I guess we do need to call it quits, huh, Chris?
Yep. And for and from the co-host over here, guys, if you can find me right here on the channel on the. What the hell was that?
Wow.
Something happened.
Throwing stuff?
I don't know, something.
Oh.
That's just the Casper again, being silly.
You got a ghost over there?
Yeah, you're like, get the fuck off the show. You guys,
Getting haunted.
if you guys want to follow me, you can find me right here on the channel and check out the rundown every week, and I'll talk about entertainment news. But I'll be here helping out for Tiffany's show, the Rant Over show, on Saturdays at noon every week. So check that out. Yeah, send those topics, and we'll discuss them. We'll rant over. I guess that's it. What do you used to say at the end of that? Rant over.
The rant is over.